if you seeing a signal in StreamYard, I don't get it.
It's dropping. I'm saying I see it right now.
It's on now.
Okay.
It's on.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Captions. All right, y'all. Come on in. All right. You good?
Yeah.
We lost some people.
I mean,
All right. All right. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for holding on. Make sure you like and share. Like and share. Let's tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. Because we're in a different spot today. So, we working out some technical kinks here. But let's see if some of our people, our usuals, jump on.
I see
Have
Tasha
they?
on. I see
Okay.
Armor Carter on. Brenda's on. It's people
Okay,
on.
we here.
let's
All right,
go.
y'all. Hey. Okay, so first thing we're gonna start here. So I'm sure that everybody, unless you've been living under a rock or something, you saw the video about what happened with Bishop Jakes. And so I'm not really sure if there was an actual diagnosis on, what happened with him, but it appeared that maybe just looking at it, like maybe he had a stroke or something. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see
Mm-mm.
it. So he was under a rock. Did anybody else see that?
Mm.
Did y'all see the video?
Yeah, I seen the
Jake?
video. Yeah.
And it looked like from when he was, I think he was praying, and then he just dropped the mic. He just dropped down and then start shaking or whatever. And to me it looked like, possible stroke. You know how someone when they have that's what it looked like to
Sudden
me.
cardiac arrest. Yeah.
So I don't know. Prayers to him. Hopefully, I know Sarah and Toure or whatever, they came on and they said that he was doing okay. So hopefully, everything will be fine with him. But yeah, prayers up to him, because I know that rocked the gospel community, or the Christian community, should I say. So, and another thing too is, I don't know if y'all noticed, but a lot of people, like, you go up and down your timeline, it's always something where somebody passed away. It is like a lot of people now that is happening. And one thing that I want to say, encourage, people, let's make sure that we talk about our life insurance, and that, because I did see where someone was asking, for people to pitch in to help, get one of their loved ones buried. So, and that's something that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Okay. All right. So listen, did you know that Kamala is considering running again in 2028? What are your thoughts on that?
She can run all she wants to.
Meaning what?
I mean, until the people who are in place decide that they want to have a female president, we're not gonna have a female president.
Okay.
So it's like, so people got to die off. I'm just gonna be real about it. So people gonna have to die off before they allow a female especially a female president of color. I don't care. You can say she's not black, but she got enough color for, the powers that be to not want her in place.
She got enough color.
Yeah,
she got enough.
Okay. She got enough of it to where no.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if they weren't trying to hear Hillary Clinton, they ain't trying to hear nobody of color.
Yeah.
They're not trying to hear a female president right now. So.
Agreed. I mean, you know what? I hate to say this, but because the fact that all the Americans, 76% of Americans decided that Trump was the answer. Like, the only thing that could have been was, we don't want no black female, because now they did choose her running mate to be, an older white man or whatever. So he was supposed to be, the thing that was going to wrap it up. But I guess they, America just was like, even though she did get in late, and I think she encouraged a lot of people, but the Democrats didn't show up. I'll just say that. So
I don't think they picked Trump over a woman of color. I think they picked a Republican candidate over a woman of color.
mhm.
Like, Republicans don't play. It's like they're gonna vote for another Republican. Even he said, what did he say? What, 30 years ago? Say if he's gonna run, he's gonna run as a Republican.
I mean, this is true. And here's the thing. At the very end of the day, the fact is that people felt like Trump represented, was a time when they had money. Like, oh, when Trump was in office, we got checks. Yeah, but Trump did not. He didn't even want that. It was like, hold those checks until I sign them. And so people remember his signature being on these checks, these, however much money we got. I don't even remember now.
I think that's an uneducated analysis, and I think that's a lot of us.
Yeah,
who
yes,
believe in the whole
it was.
check.
That's
But
exactly what it was.
I don't think that the business people, like,
Right,
take for instance some of the people that's in our neighborhood.
right.
They believe that Trump is about business.
Yeah.
And that's what they believe.
And they're about to find out too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, no, the thing is, at the end of the day, Trump is looking out for the people who already have money, because he's going to do, first of all, he says the answer to everything is a tariff. Get out of here. But, he wants to give cuts to the people that make the money.
I've always said, for me, as long as I've been here breathing, I got to go to work. It don't matter who the president, I got to go to work.
I mean,
So, I'm gonna keep my head down. I'm gonna continue to work, and whatever Trump put out there in front of me, I'm gonna be between my work ethic and the grace of God. I'm gonna make it through whatever he throw out there. So I'm going to work. It don't matter who's in power. It's a system that's in place,
right.
and I just don't feel like it's not just all Trump. There's a system. There's an entire system in place.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna keep my head down, and I'm gonna continue to work, regardless of the system that's in place.
Well, there you go. There you have it. And I mean, at the very end of the day, it doesn't matter who's in office. That's what we have to do anyway. So
I mean, this is white America. I done told you before. This is white America. I don't care who in place. This is white America. It's been white America. It's probably gonna be white America for a while.
Well, now listen. The problem is that white America is afraid that they're going to become the minority.
I get it.
And so that's why. What's the guy's name? Gates. Gates is doing his best to try to do population control, because there's just too many others, and so they don't want to be, the lesser.
I mean, I understand. They stole this country fair and square, so they want to keep it.
Right.
I get it.
That's it right there. All right. So let's talk about this. So now I know you're aware of this. Drake is suing. He said that they intentionally, the song that Kendrick has, he said they pushed that song on everybody, and now he's gonna sue because y'all done did too much.
I mean, light skin
and that includes
activity.
DJs.
There's light skin activity right there.
Lord help us. All right. Well, and that's that.
I mean,
from
he can sue
DJ
me.
Johnny
I don't.
Jr.
What do he want? A couple of turntables, a mixer. What he want?
Right.
He's not gonna get much.
Hey, he said that Universal Music, he was like, y'all did this, and he's suing. So
I mean, when they was pushing his music, I think there's been an agenda behind his music since he came out.
Right.
He didn't have a problem with that.
Right.
So I guess once the system that he benefited from decided to turn on him, I guess now he got a problem.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's how it go. All right. So do y'all recall we talked about the deaf man? He was deaf and he had cerebral palsy and all that, and it was in Phoenix that the police, they didn't realize that he couldn't hear, and so they beat him up really bad. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So this man is suing for $3.5 million, and I hope that he wins. I hope that he gets some compensation for that, because they did him bad. Because first of all, I don't know how you determine, who's gonna, like, if the man is not responding to you, he's not talking, and he's like, they sitting there trying to tell him to stop and get down and all this, and he's like to me, that indicates, hey, I don't hear you. Even if I maybe have some earplugs in, whatever it is, I don't hear you. But they beat him up really bad, and so now he's got an attorney, and they're going for 3.5 million. I hope
He should get more than that.
Yeah.
What did old boy get it? Back in the 90s, they gave him like $1 million for every lick or whatever.
Was that what's the name in California? Yeah,
Rodney
King.
Rodney King.
Yeah.
That's what he should get for every day. He should go back, look at the tape. He should get $1 million for every lick.
Yeah.
And I know it's more than 3 licks.
Right. Because how much did Rodney get? Because he ended up like spending all of it.
Yeah, he squandered all of it.
Man, that's crazy. So once again, that's what happened with the money. He was like, man, I ain't, but I will say this. I think that when you are somebody who you've never really had money, then when you get it, what you gonna do? What are we doing?
I mean, it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. So it's a matter of how you handle your money, and most of us are not ready for that kind of money.
Indeed, yes, indeed. So with that being said, listen, I am going to introduce to you all this awesome couple that they're gonna talk a little bit about some financial freedom that we all should partake of. So, Pastor Bay and his lovely wife, are you turning the cameras to them?
His cameras all over.
Oh, okay. Well, however that works. There they are.
Thank you for having us. Yes.
Welcome to the Caravan of Dreams.
Yes, love it.
Thank you. So listen, tell us how it is that you all can help the community, because we need it, because we out here walking around with no life insurance, with no plan for the future, not leaving legacies or anything. So talk to us about that.
Well, we got a good history of being number one and struggling, right? Number one. I mean, if you want to say we got the trophy that nobody wants to take that record, we got it, And coming from where I come from, Oakland, California, born and raised, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen it all. And not having no mentors, not having people that take time out to really see where your head's at. It's okay if I can tote the rock and shoot it in the goal. It's okay if I can rap, or if it's okay if I could be a movie star. It's okay. But I never had anybody just take time to pull me to the side and say, hey, what you thinking? Who you want to be? What you want to become? And it all starts there. A lot of times people are looking so much for the school districts to be the future, and they're looking for the police officer to help out. They're looking for all these people, but it starts at home. You made a statement earlier, the White House and things like that. And so many people are so concerned about what happens in the White House, but it's all about what's happening in your house.
Right.
If you can't even control what's going on at home, you definitely ain't gonna control nothing out there. A lot of times you look at people and you wonder why bosses are so upset and dog riding people and all this other stuff, because their house is upside down, and they can't, especially if you got a weak man, he can't even control his house, so he decides to start taking it out on people at work. And I say all that to say is we just been not educated, because the information has not been passed down. This is 2,000 years of information, and it's all about leveraging other people's money, and so what we do is we're basically bringing this message to the people that, whether they're on Section 8 or whether they're on a fixed income, or whether they are somebody that's pushing the pen or whether they're pushing the broom, it doesn't matter where a person is. Everybody, because of how the school districts, I would just be real, brainwash people to say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do in life. Graduate, go get a degree. You're going to get married. You're going to have a perfect life. You're going to have 2 kids. You're going to have a dog. You have a white picket fence. You're going to have a big house. You're going to retire. But the reality is people get divorced multiple times. People, kids end up this way, kids up that way, because there's no blueprint of life. There's no blueprint of, how do I guarantee that my child's not going to get on drugs? How do I guarantee? And it's all these different things that go through people's head because the wisdom is not being taught, right? And so we're taught to put money in the bank. We're taught insurance is only for when you die. We're taught that you just get a burial. But at the end of the day, it's been used for 2,000 years while you're living. Because the key word in life insurance, everybody, is life.
Yeah.
It's not death insurance, but it's amazing how they said if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. I was told that. And so we're looking at what it's saying, but we're interpreting it as something else. And so for the last 2,000 years, insurance simply was used to save money, grow your money, protect money, avoid paying taxes, and being able to have emergency funds in case you get sick. It's a living benefit where since 1937, if you get sick with cancer, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, something like that, you can access up to 1.5 million while you're living. And when you look at these policies we've been having, like, wait a minute, it's more likely a person's going to get sick before just passing away. And when you think about it, how many people have lost their jobs, lost their house, lost their cars, lost all this stuff? And we're thinking, what are they doing? Right. What are they doing different than me? And we're thinking that they have some kind of special privilege. No, they've just been taught the game. And Denzel Washington said it best. You got the informed and you got the uninformed. And we just been uninformed. Right. So we appreciate you all taking time to let us get the message out, because the message, it doesn't matter how talented or untalented or degree, whatever. If the message gets out, we can change our neighborhood. We can change our blocks. We can change the people that don't come from money, but the money now can come from us. And so
that's great. So now, how would someone, let's say, I don't get sick, but maybe I lost my job, or I've decided, you know what, it's time for me to start my own business, or maybe I want to give something to a child who's going to school or something like that. Is there something in place for that? Yeah. So when you look at insurance, and you look at the Rockefellers, for example, they have this thing called a waterfall effect. And what they did was use the cash value built into the policy that allows you to get a rate of return, but you never put your money at risk. So nowadays they have what they call an index fund, a 7702 account. And what that does is that allows you to get a 6 to 9%, even 12% return on your money, but be able to have advantages of taking money without being restricted, like being in an IRA or 401k. So instead of, ain't it amazing, to touch your own money, you got penalized, you're getting charged. You're not 59.5. Now I know you guys are like 25. You got a long way to go to hit, 59.5, but it's these restrictions. So instead of just paying for the insurance, you're able to position yourself to save money, but still get the insurance. And if something happens, you lose your job or emergency, you can stop contributing and your money will still be uninterrupted and compounding. And then you can take it for emergencies, buy time, do this, do that, and a lot of different things. I'll give you a strategy right here. You ever heard of the saying, well, if you make the extra payment on your house, you can pay your house off early. You've heard that? So when you look at that, okay, if I do that, what if I lose my job? The only way I can get that money out of that real estate is I have to refinance or sell my house. But if I ain't got no job, how am I going to refinance my house? So now I'm stuck. But if I take that extra money and put it in an index fund, instead of putting it in the house, not only will my money long-term double, instead of just putting dollar for dollar, I could pay my house off faster doing it this way. But if I need my equity, I don't have to sell my property or refinance. Or if I lose my job, I can live off my money for a little bit and still make my mortgage payment because I got real equity, But like I said, we've been taught a certain way when you see other people doing something different. So that's just one example there. Right. Now, is there something that when you get a policy like this, is there a waiting period? Is there something like, I got to put in 10 years before I can take out on it? No. As long as you fund it properly and you have the right amount of cash built in from the beginning, it's all about strategy, because you have some people that do stuff wrong and then you got some people that do it right. So you can do it as fast as 2 months. Okay. As long as you do everything, structure it properly. Yes. Now, so for the people that, let's say that we get a big family policy, is that something that you can do with multiple people? You know, like I'm going to put my whole family on the policy kind of thing. Can you do that, or is it individual always?
I always recommend doing individual if it's talking about coverages.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, when you have those policies that are combined, a lot of times it's not really a deal. It ends up being a little bit more expensive than doing it individually.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always recommend that. Now, you can become the family bank.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, okay, we're going to pick one person that's going to be the insured. And all of us, let's go ahead and contribute. So that way it can become our family bank.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we need something, we can borrow the death benefit. And then the money will still be growing.
Mm-hmm.
So that way people can still make this thing last for a long time.
Okay.
And generate, lifetime income.
Yes.
But hey, if somebody needs something, you can loan out. Because what banks do is banks do the same thing. That's why, have you noticed, they're always trying to give you loans. You notice, because think about it, how does a bank really profit? Because they're not selling anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're just holding our money. So how are you making money to pay all these employees? Because when they take the money, they put it in what they call a bank-owned life insurance policy called BOLI.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they take that money, put it in there. They can borrow against the death benefit, loan it to you for 9%, but they'll still make 1 to 2 to 3% on the cash while it's still in the policy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they can afford to collect most of the interest up front. And you're like, I've been paying on this car for 2 years and my balance ain't moved a bit because they're collecting their profit.
Okay.
And they're hoping you trade it in about 3 years. So families can definitely start becoming their own bank, being their own bank and being able to come together. Because the part that we have as people is we just don't want to come together,
Right, right.
well, who gonna be over the money and who gonna be, and but man, if we just start coming together, I think that will help a lot. Matter of fact, I'll tell a joke real quick. There was a guy said, Jesus said, okay, if anybody can tell me something that I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and get you into heaven. So first person said, well, when is the president gonna be whatever? And he said, nope. Next person said, when is Bitcoin gonna come out? Didn't need it right. Then one person whispered in his ear and he said, open the gates, go to heaven. And they said, well, what was the question? When are black people gonna come together?
Oh.
he couldn't answer it. And but that's so true. If we can just come together, we already dominate in sports, we dominate in music, we dominate in everything we do. If we could just come together and just take the little bit that we do have, man. Matter of fact, the average every year we spend $1.2 trillion a year in barbecue and hair products and this and that. We have enough spending power where we can open up a country.
Wow. Yeah.
We just don't come together.
Yeah. Listen, I think that's the thing that everybody is always saying, that we need to do black banks and black own this and black own that or whatever, but we haven't figured out how to make it work to where we can, be cohesive. We always in competition with each other.
Right.
What is it? The crab in the barrel thing?
Yep.
Like we just don't do it. So yes. Anything would you like to add?
Well, I'll add, and it's so simple. It is really simple if we just look at the community, our community, because like he said, we're on top of everything. But what your husband did say is the mindset. Our mindset as he got more than me or she got more than me. If I know how to make 100,000, guess what I want to do? I want to show you how I did it. But if we have that mindset, first when we was talking about the insurance thing, we have been taught, but now we're in a position, and people that would like us and like-minded in a position to where we can teach now the power of just having life insurance.
Yes.
And I talk about no $50,000 whole life policy. I'm talking about big money.
Yes.
To where in the event something happens, we got thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Right.
and so hopefully this right here could open up the mindset to your listeners
Yes.
to really be wanting, be hungry to want to know more about real life insurance.
Yes, that's great.
You know, so
That is awesome. That is awesome. Listen, if somebody has any questions or want to learn more, how can they reach y'all?
They reach out to you. No.
They would reach out to me. All right. So, hey, y'all, you heard that. If you have any questions about any of this, listen, I don't know much, but I know people who do. Okay. So just, inbox me and I'll get you to the right people. Okay. How about that? All right. So, listen, we still got it. We still good.
Yeah, good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we was our time.
We got plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
We're only about halfway through.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, anything else y'all want to?
Man, I mean, just let's talk about that topic you were talking about earlier, Dave,
Okay.
the TD Jakes thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Can I tell what I've been thinking?
Oh,
Can I just be real honest?
Okay.
Probably not. Well, I'm not famous, so I ain't gonna get in no trouble. So look, okay, I'm looking at it different ways. Now I don't know, I don't know, but I'm looking at everything with the P. Diddy stuff. I'm looking at media as a whole, and it's hard to believe what you see anymore. People staging stuff, people making stuff, and I don't know, I mean, it's one of those, I don't know why I felt in my spirit like, things are getting pretty heated with the P. Diddy trial. Things are getting pretty close. Names are finna start dropping. Content's finna start getting released. Videos trying to get released. And I don't know if I sit here and make it look like whatever to kind of make sympathy or whatever, just like Trump, if I act like, and get shot in the ear to make it, I'm just like, I'm just saying, that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
I'm not saying that's
and
true, but
stress will make anybody have,
yeah,
a stroke or whatever,
Right.
because of the stress is the possibility of the stress that he's under concerning all of that stuff with P.
Yeah.
Diddy. I probably would stage some too.
yeah. I mean, hey, I mean, it's not
But who
impossible.
knows? It's a
Who
possibility.
knows,
Yeah.
because I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened, but it just came to my
And
mind.
you really can't believe anything.
Right.
You can't believe nothing.
Right.
You can't believe nothing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I'm Chinese. I'm not even black. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. So
You know what? And here's the thing, because at the very end of the day, so Jamal Bryant, I was listening to him, and he said, now people up here trying to accuse Bishop Jakes of doing whatever. He said he wasn't even at that party long. He went out. He was there when we
Right.
saw that photo op. That he said that Bishop Jakes went over there to pray
Right.
for Diddy.
right.
And they took a picture. Boom. All right, I'm out. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, you
He
know what
said
the
he wasn't
Bible
there.
says?
Hmm.
Don't let your good be evil spoken of.
Ooh. So there you go. Because it looked like.
It looked like
It looked
Yeah.
like
you may be doing good, but what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a
He might
picture.
should. I think he
is
should have
worth-
met him somewhere else.
yeah.
Other than the Diddy party. If you wanted to pray for him, they could have met,
But- Yeah.
somewhere else other than the Diddy party.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
you do. There is a scene too where he was there and he was dancing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one was just in a picture in a picture outside,
Oh,
but it is
okay.
another video where
Another
he's
different
just
one.
it's another
Yeah.
different one where he's
Yeah.
really
Yeah. It was
You
like at a
know.
concert. He had a look like an extra medium shirt on.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Was that Diddy though? I didn't
No,
know
that was
anything.
no, that was like at a concert. So
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And,
I think it was
well,
somebody's
Diddy's
birthday
house
or
looked
something.
like a concert, so you got millions
Oh.
of people there, so it wasn't like that.
He was dressed down. He didn't have
Who
no
knows
suit
though?
on.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah,
But
who
the
knows?
picture of it and the videos
Yeah.
worth a lot.
Yeah, so you just got to pick and choose, And then they said there's two types of parties there. So, they said there's one that everybody goes to.
Right.
And then after a certain time,
The people leave.
You
And
know.
if you ain't supposed to be here, you
You
need
know.
to leave.
yeah. So, like you got the restaurant, and then at a certain time it turns into a speakeasy,
Right.
and then, later it gets,
Right.
things start happening, So
Yeah.
who knows,
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
That
crazy.
is true.
stress is a killer.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't wish anything on them. I pray and hope for the best. And,
Fighting
Definitely.
McKnight said Jake prayed over all that baby oil in a special way.
Oh wow. Yeah. Blessed oil.
What did
Wipe
say?
me down.
Wow.
Have you ever
Yeah.
been swallowed up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes. I'm like, why
We
would he
don't-
even say that?
We don't even know where that comment comes
Right.
Yeah.
from.
What does
That ain't,
mean,
that's not
sir?
biblical.
Okay.
Hey.
That's not biblical.
At
So,
all. What does that
Hey,
mean? Like, why would
man.
you say that on stage? They know everybody watching you.
yeah.
Andrew Johnson said a picture's worth 1,000 words. So it's
Amen.
tough growing up. So
Mhm.
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's where we at. That's where we
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I guess my thing is that, you know, if you saw the video that they showed his wife, you know, it seemed like she was speaking in tongues, I guess. Either that or she was speaking really fast. I don't know, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. And he was saying that you have somebody praying behind you while you fight, right?
Oh, I saw that.
And so I'm like, okay, so if we were in that moment and then we change and he sits down and then that. And I'm like, geez, what, you know, but definitely, I mean, I would hope that he wouldn't put on for the cameras. Because, you know, if nothing else, he knows that, you know, telling how many hundreds of thousands of people are watching.
Well, you know, he know we
So-
gullible too.
Yeah.
You know, he know when it comes to us black folks, you know, we different. We'll fall for any and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's just us.
That's
You
true.
know, even for, you know, voting president, you know,
Right.
we just got to put him up there, a black person.
Yeah.
You know, you can get everybody vote.
Yeah.
You know, so we're shallow minded people.
Right.
You know, and I think it's a time for a season of us to stop being made fools of.
My
We
goodness.
just, the people just,
My
they
goodness.
just do us any kind of way, and we
Right.
just fall for it.
Right.
They got our best interests, you know. So
Mhm.
he was talking about earlier about voting for the black woman. Me personally, why? You know, we have different takes on these things because I want to make sure you have my best interests,
Mhm.
my family, because like he said, no matter who's in there, guess what? I still have to go to work,
Mhm.
you know, but we have to look at this thing a little bit bigger. You know, politics is always involved.
Right.
And when you're dealing with other countries, a woman can't even speak,
Mhm.
you know. So when you look at the bigger picture, why she didn't get the president, but they was looking at the whole bigger picture of the United States.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
China, you know, the Muslim countries, when you have to go sit down with those leaders,
Mhm.
I can't talk. I can't even be in the room with men.
Right.
You think they're going to change it for her or for any other woman? No, they're not going to do that because
Yeah.
they can't even speak.
Right.
So how would she fend for the country?
Now, I thought there are a few countries that do have women leaders, and I know they mentioned, you know, the Queen of England, and there were a
Yeah,
couple of
I'm
other
sure they
countries that they said that there
Well, the
were.
Queen of England, she's the queen over everything.
Yeah, yeah,
She gonna tell you what, you know, everybody
Right.
what to do.
right. And so I'm just, I don't know. I think it was definitely a color. I think it was more color than, you know. I think maybe if Hillary would have waited a little bit, and, you know, because I don't think at that time they were ready. But I feel like maybe her being a white woman, they might have considered it.
I think differently because I think both of them just wasn't qualified. Because if Michelle would have ran, I guarantee you she would have won.
Oh,
Because Michelle is sharp.
now
But I mean, just
agree.
being honest, Michelle is
I
sharp.
agree that she is definitely, Michelle is at the top of her game.
She a great speaker.
I think she too dark.
I do think.
Well, you know,
You know,
Obama got in, so you
unfortunately-
can't use that.
What?
Obama got in.
But
He-
look,
he not-
he's
he half and half.
wasn't-
Yeah,
He
got a
half
lot
and
of-
half.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he's
cream.
not-
It's cream in
I
that
think
coffee.
it definitely had to be a mixed race.
But I think,
Michelle
but
Black.
if you look at, you know, what Kamala was saying, she spent more time bashing Trump instead of talking about what she could really do for the people. You know, every conversation was, yeah, you're dealing with this guy, you're dealing with that guy. She had no substance to anything that she was talking.
Well,
You know?
now, okay. So,
I mean, a couple of things, but I'm just saying, majority when you see them on TV, it was always about.
but she was repeating what others have said. She was reiterating that, you know, now this guy said this about him and he worked with him and this, you know, so I don't
Yeah.
think she was just coming in. Now, but see, here's the thing. We're putting all this on her, but what was he saying over there? Craziness. He was talking
that's what
crazy.
that's the whole
Yeah.
MO, to bash one another.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
both-
at the end of the day, I look at it when I seen the polls, the black men that voted for her, the black woman that voted for her, and when you look at that, we can come together. We can come together if we choose to, if we want to, because if we came together for a woman that you would never ever see before again in your life, what will happen if you just come together for me?
True.
That you're gonna always see, or the next sister that you always see, or the next brother. So that right there, I don't know if anybody got it. We can come together, and we can be bigger than Mexico. We can be bigger. We can have our own thing.
Yeah.
Because I seen then that we can come together.
Right.
If we that mindset.
Yeah.
We don't need anybody to do anything for us. That's the problem. We're looking for people to do something. Do it for yourself. Stop looking for a handout for these people that really don't even care anything about you, but just to get a vote for you.
Yeah.
But I promise you, I can help you make $1 million. I can help you get in a position to where your family don't have to take no food stamps, no welfare, no anything like that.
There you go.
Right?
That's it.
That's what we have to figure out.
Right.
Not with the handout. Close that hand up. Tell them people, I don't want nothing from you.
Yeah.
And we can we can do this thing ourselves. If we just mindset and just come together.
Absolutely.
So we need to go back to Africa.
Yeah.
No, we can make Africa here.
Oh, we can. Oh, okay.
Because my ancestors built this place.
Now this is true.
We send them back there.
Ooh, man.
You know?
I don't know. They ain't trying to give it up.
Well, we ain't gonna give it up either.
And then my thing is too, now that the cameras are off, why don't Oprah come back out now and let's talk about something that we really can work on? You know, it's like you all get up here, got Beyonce, got all this stuff.
You never
Where
see
y'all
them
been
again.
at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is
a lot of the work, we don't put the work in between the elections.
Yeah.
And that goes from local all the way up until the national thing. It's a lot of work that's being done. And the other side, they do the work. Bill Gates is going to be working in between the elections.
Right.
We don't do enough of the work. We don't build our institutions. We don't build up in between the elections. We wait till election time, spend all this money, on advertisements, on, bringing in the biggest star, putting on the biggest show, but we don't do enough of the work on the in between time.
Right. That's true.
And that's the one thing about it is, we love to show up when the cameras are on, but we don't want to do the work.
Yeah, we lazy
behind
when
closed
they're
doors when the cameras are off.
right.
Yeah, they're working when nobody's watching.
Right.
And we want to just show up when the camera. You're right.
Sure.
You guys are right.
Because you know what? At the very end of the day, like Elon Musk, they said he had videos, putting out videos and all that, trying to, put poison out there against Kamala, saying bad, negative things. And they kept, pushing that negative propaganda against her,
Absolutely.
in the backgrounds when Trump been running since he didn't get it last time, right?
Never
And
stopped.
so, I will say now it wasn't her fault because they threw her in at the last.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like, did she even have a chance? You know what I'm saying? Can you get in
Yeah, because you
in
haven't
107 days?
Yeah, you
Right.
haven't really seen her since
Right.
4 years ago.
Exactly.
When she come on the scene to get our votes.
Right.
But we haven't heard anything else from her. And that was really my problem. That was my problem.
Yeah.
What are you fixing behind the scenes? Are you just chilling? And because the work starts when nobody is looking.
Right.
And so when you're making yourself known right now, not wait till 4 years later.
Right.
What are you gonna do now? We don't want chicken.
Right.
We want solutions, real solution. We don't want cokes, and we don't want that.
Right.
We want some real solutions.
Yeah.
How can you help this community?
Right.
Or we just help ourselves.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
And you know what? At the very end of the day,
Mhm.
it is about our state anyway, because, and that's something that we don't think about. Like the presidential, election, yeah, okay. But it's our state level and our local representatives.
Right.
Those are the
Right.
ones who need to be, that we have to put pressure on to
Right.
do for our
Mhm.
community. So, I mean, yeah, we complain about the presidential situation because, I mean, he has some crazy policies he's about to
Mhm.
implement.
Mhm.
And
And they all have them. She
Yeah.
have them too. The Democrats. They are going to when a woman has a baby, they're not going to allow her to put that name, the gender of that child, on that birth certificate. Because the baby's
they're stopping
because the
that?
baby gonna have to choose for themselves who they want to be.
Gosh.
That's
That's
Democrats.
crazy.
That's
crazy.
Being able to go into a grown man, going into a little girls in a woman's restroom, that's Democrats. So everybody has all of these agendas. It's a free world to do whatever you want,
Mhm.
and that's what we have to stop being shallow about, because you can do whatever you want. I don't want you in the bathroom with me and my little girl. We're gonna have a problem.
Mhm.
Right? But that's what's opening up. On the Democrats has their agenda.
Yeah.
The Republicans have their agenda. Question: what is your agenda for your own
Right.
family?
What is the black agenda?
Right. You remember
Like,
that
You know
fight?
what I mean?
Remember that fight with that girl and that guy that was dressed like a woman, and they in the Olympics, and man got hit one time.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
you remember that?
And she
You know?
quit.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was over with. I mean, you're
Yeah.
trying to mix this stuff,
oh yeah,
and it was just like
that can't be.
it's stuff like
That's
that
right.
that
This is the world.
But
Well,
like like I said, what you do in your house. That's why it's so important for people to do entrepreneurship. You know, like you all have your successful business, successful seamstress. Your mom, getting to know her and what she did, because when you control your money, you control your own life. And it was prime example during COVID-19, when everything was shut down, locked down, everybody was panicking, and in our industry, it didn't slow down. And when we were able to control our income, it didn't matter if they told us we couldn't go in this restaurant. It didn't matter if they told us go over here, because we was like, we don't need them. Because when you have money, you can do some things. You can move around some stuff. You can go above and beyond. And I think the problem with people in America is just the limitations make you desperate. The limitations control you, because when it comes to getting hungry, or when it comes to feeding your family, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go against my moral standards. I'm gonna go against what I believe. You got a lot of people that said, hey, I'm never gonna do this, but I've seen a lot of people go the total opposite way the more the pressure hit them. And it was all because they didn't have enough funds or resources to either get the help they needed or go around this system here. And so the systems are controlling people because they're controlling the finances. And so if people start finding some kind of entrepreneurship task or some kind of way to exponentially grow your income, you won't be limited, and you don't have to bow down to people's rules. You can stay home. You can create your own grocery store right in the backyard. Go get you some bulls, go get you some calves, and do whatever you want to do to your ability. And that's what I realized, the difference between it's the givers and takers, and if we just start sticking together, unifying, I mean, it just shows, during the civil rights, when they boycotted, we got buying power. It's just people just don't stick to nothing. They say they're gonna, like, they had to strike, right? And I knew it. Everybody strike this year except Mississippi. I knew it. I said, they're so scary. They don't want to do, they ain't gonna stick to nothing. If you want to do something out there, you're gonna be on your own, because people gonna be like, oh, okay. Because the mentality out there in certain areas, some people, they just because of the control, because they didn't have the saving, because they have this. But people in New York, they got savings, so they can afford to say, hey, no, we sticking to our guns. But it just shows, the fear and the lack of resources. Fear and the lack of resources is one of the biggest enemies that we can have. It's not the white man, it's not the devil, it's not anything. It's your own mindset of fear and the lack of finances to be able to control. Your car break down, go get you another one, but you can't. So you're limited. So then now, boom, 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 triple effect. And so that's why we try to teach people stop wearing your wealth.
Mm.
Stop wearing it.
There you
You
go.
know, get the fake stuff. It's look just as good. Look just as good. But I'm saying it's matter of fact, you seen that video with Tyrese? Tyrese did the interview and he was like, man, this right here was $15. This is fake. This is that. He said, but you thought it was real because I who I was, you know, and he made a powerful statement because too many times people will spend their last to try to look well.
Oh yeah.
Instead of saying it's you, the individual, that make what you have on look good. Because I've seen some people have, you know, some stuff on, it looked terrible, but it was $10,000 stuff. But it because it was the person. The person makes the clothes. And yeah, it's just really a mindset. And I'm with you on that, brother. You know, just
and even in our business for your listeners, we teach entrepreneurship. We teach it to where you don't have to worry about anything. Now it's a little work, not a lot of work, but just teaching new skills to be able to set your family up for the long haul. Just like the Rockefellers, just like all Trumps or whoever, you know, we can do it too. And that's what we're also teaching.
Awesome. That is awesome. All right. Okay. You know what? There's some comments. Do you want to read those?
Well, there's a whole lot of comments.
Oh, okay.
We'll be another 30 minutes running through these comments. We let them. We
pick some.
let them.
Sorry, y'all.
Of course, we got Andrea. She said it takes our Black communities to come together to be a voice and not be afraid.
Absolutely.
And that's really a consensus. A lot of people are saying that as far as the Black communities need to come together. And it's funny we say that on social media, but
yeah,
it never really happens.
Right, we don't do it.
You have to in times you have to be sick and tired of being just sick and tired.
Indeed.
Because if you look year after year, it's the same thing. It's the same song. Let's just step up.
Yeah.
You know, one person at a time. When I go, you go.
Yeah.
Right. When I grow, you grow. You know, if I get up here, let me take you. Hey, come with me. Right. And we really can do it because we're some smart. We educated. We know how to take some light bread and some oil grease after that fish or that chicken and make a whole sandwich. We know how to survive. You know, we know how to turn nothing into something. Right. Because we've been doing it all our lives. Yeah, for sure. But let's put this together and turn nothing into something. For sure. Just a mindset. That's it. I may need to be running for
somebody
president.
commented on the female president thing, and they were like, I don't want to offend anybody, but I just don't feel like a woman is. I look like very capable emotionally, and if the world is in trouble, she experiencing something that can wait. She'll make the world wait until she can get herself together. So, and
I'll comment on that. And that's absolutely right. So whoever that is, don't be afraid because of not saying that a woman is not qualified. You know, we got all these different type of emotions, but I do want to say there was a woman in the Bible named Deborah. It's not that we're not capable. We just really not equipped enough to handle these different types of feelings that we have because we don't operate off of logic. If you know, 95% of the time we activate off emotions. And if we learn how to channel those, a woman could be president. She could be capable of it, but just the mindset of the teaching, the upbringing, it'd have been more emotions than logic anyway. And then the woman, Deborah in the Bible, she led a military. She led an army into victory. So not saying that we can't do it. We can do it. But she didn't think about, she wasn't on. She was thinking about logic, not emotions though. She was married, kids, but God still put her in a place to be able to lead the army, the army of Israel. She was the first woman judge of Israel. So we are capable. But the only problem is we wasn't raised up in that era, in that biblical mindset like we should to be able to handle those different type of situations.
I think a woman who's in menopause would be okay because she's gonna be like, it's hot in here, but let me tell y'all something. I'm just saying, I don't know
about that.
Oh no.
Leave it. I get to it when I don't know about that, sister.
I think women at this point I think women are in a better place as far as emotionally. I think there are a lot more emotionless women nowadays than there have been in the past. So I think if a woman could lead at any point in time, I think now is the time. Maybe they might have been emotional, but these women they raising up nowadays have much less emotion than the women that I've encountered in the past. Like,
Well, we
I
have
think
to
it's
we
a
have to
different.
get that
Yeah.
that toughness.
Mhm.
And each one women we have our place and men have their place, but we are raised to be tough and doing things without the male figure in the home. So we do have to be a little bit tougher now, because if you look at the generation, it's just the woman. It's just her. So she have to put on the toughness hat.
Mhm.
But do she want to? She really don't want to.
Right.
That's just what she have to. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Mhm.
We are more tougher than ever, but that's just not our role.
Mm.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
I saw something with Quincy, but I don't have my glasses on. Is it something that don't make sense? You
I
rather
mean,
not?
I'm not gonna say it don't make sense, but
Quincy say.
Quincy, that's my buddy, very opinionated man, and he's got supporting sentences to go with it. We can go all night on some of the stuff that he said. But he basically was saying that Africa don't like us. We don't need to be trying to go to Africa. They don't even like us
Wow.
over there. It's like we're Kafirs over here, so that's what they call
You're
us.
right. They really don't, y'all. He's
Wow.
I
absolutely
mean,
right. Because we're too
Americanized.
we're too westernized.
Yeah.
What they call us.
Mhm.
We don't like the Western culture. They don't. But when you look at it, don't nobody like us.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why it don't matter.
We don't
There you
even
go.
like ourselves.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
I to go back to the TD Jakes, that's why I feel like even if that was fake stroke or real stroke or whatever the case, they're gonna come for him regardless.
Right.
Ask Bill Cosby. It don't matter. You can have
Yeah.
They don't care what they got going. When it's time to come get you, they're gonna come get you. They're gonna drag you out.
Well, you
sick, healthy,
look
not.
at the end of the day, you look at how these people got here. You just don't want to accumulate millions and billions and millions of dollars. Real estate ain't booming like that.
Mhm.
He has a real estate background,
Mhm.
but it ain't booming like that.
Mhm.
But how you get all of this money just
Mhm.
being a pastor,
Yeah.
Well, now you got a big congregation.
That's what I
Yeah,
was gonna say. That and
Yeah, you got
then,
a
but
big-
they said now, from what I understand, is it was his books,
Book sales.
come on.
and Woman Thou Art Loose. I'm sure he was, there was big money come out of that.
Yeah, but you
'Cause
think
he
of-
did that
If you
for
look at all of
years.
these zeros, it's probably in that bank account. That's like Pete. You half of these rappers can't even rap, right? They can't even sing. But how you got all this money? Even the president, if you look at the butt of the salary, how you got all these millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Got to get them somewhere.
Yeah, that's who you know. Your network.
it's-
Your network
You're gonna
determines your
have
net
to do
worth.
something
The
to
secret
get it.
society,
The
Yeah,
secret
Illuminati.
society. I don't know if I believe in that Illuminati stuff. That stuff is,
Well,
I mean,
it
makes
is what
sense
it
because
is. But
you're right, because you see a lot of people that were talented that never went anywhere,
no, you
and the
gotta
people
do
that
something.
didn't have that much talent but they had a look, superstar. You look at Usher, what he achieved. You look at Beyonce. You look at Jay-Z, and then you look at people like Ice Cube. He went and took the movie role, but when you look at music, it didn't plateau to that
Didn't
magnitude.
sell out.
Then you look at Snoop Dogg, and then you just look at a lot of people that just
Well, now
plateaued.
Snoop Dogg gonna be in a
And-
position to where he's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because now he's about in his 60s, but now he's on all these different type of commercials.
Yeah.
You got to be careful how all of a sudden now
Yeah.
you're in these different type of commercials.
Yep.
All of a sudden,
Absolutely.
that's true.
all of a sudden,
Absolutely.
but
See, people think Kanye West is crazy. He's smart. He like, hey, look, I ain't in that club. He do what he want to do, but he being a savvy business person. Matter of fact, people think he was crazy when he mentioned what he mentioned, and then they dropped his contract, and then he ended up making way more money. And then they gave back because they realized he put Adidas on the map. I was really rocking them like that.
I
So
was.
you was. Yeah, she does. You know,
I
right.
got
I
it.
think
Picture on the
Kanye
back.
saw what he saw
Yeah.
and was
Yeah.
able to navigate,
Yeah.
going forward. He
Yeah.
saw what he saw. He saw what he didn't want to do, what he didn't want to be a part of.
Right.
And it was like, okay, I don't want to be super duper wealthy rich, but I'm gonna make enough to where I can keep my family straight. So I
Right.
think
Absolutely.
he saw the landscape and he
Mhm.
saw how to be able to navigate that landscape.
Yeah, he did.
I seen a video of Jamal Bryant. Why is he throwing up 666? Why is he doing that?
Oh gosh.
Right? Look
Yeah,
it
that's
up.
crazy.
I'm like, oh, got him.
Wow.
But we want the fame. We want all of that stuff, right? But I have to go biblical. He said the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. So you can get there, but you're gonna have to do something. But of course, he got a big following in the church. But you're throwing up 666.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why?
That's crazy.
So all these celebrity pastors got to watch out.
Yeah.
They are celebrity
Mhm.
pastors.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't trust.
Well, there you go. All right. Okay, y'all. So there's another one in the books. Listen, first of all, thank you to Pastor Bay and Wanda. Thank y'all so much for y'all. That's some great information. Once again, y'all, if y'all have any questions, just inbox me and I'll get the right answers for you. Okay. And listen, first of all, let's talk about this studio. Y'all see our background. It's different. We ain't at the red couch with our green background like we normally are. We somewhere different. So thank you to Derek. We are at the My Set Life. Yes.
My Set Life Studio.
If you haven't been here, y'all need to come over here and check it out. Because right now I can go and do all the scenes on all the Queen's Men. Like I can do that if I wanted to. They got the jail, the bedroom, the kitchen. Man, this is dope. Dope, seriously. So listen, Derek Simmons, how do they reach out to you?
Oh, Derek Simmons on Facebook.
There you go, Derek Simmons on Facebook. Just reach out to him like that.
It's also My Set Life.
Oh, you
It's
got My
also-
Set. Oh, okay.
Right.
You got a My Set Life page?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So y'all check out My Set Life. So there you go. And anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. And we appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next Monday. Same jazz time.
Same jazz channel.
All right. Be blessed.